right, I'm back. Sorry for such a delay. Such a delay. Some unexpected occurrences. Here we go. Oh, all right. I'm finally back. You would not believe how eventful the last few hours have been. All right. Just waiting on Unity to load up. I'm gonna get a sweater. Waiting on Unity to open up. Hello, Reku. Welcome. Come on, Unity. Come on, Unity. Loading, loading, loading. Unity chugging as always. It's true. Always good. I think I figured out the secret to good soup. Just a little bit of vinegar. Just a little bit of vinegar goes a long, long way. All right. So what I need to do is create parameters for each of the objects that I want to create a toggle for. So this list needs to have a parameter for each of them. Excuse me. So we'll do bools. Should just be a bool, right? No, we make it a float on this side. But on VRChat parameters, that's where it's a bool. So we'll say Silac slash clothing slash desert. And then I'm just going to copy this pattern. Copy. Another bracer. And another. But this one will actually body slash tail. That. Another floor collider. Put the body ones up top. Now I need the now I need the clothing ones back. And we'll do scarf. Foot wraps. Tail bags. Pants. And sweater. Sweater. Okay. Now, for each of these, we now need to create a global parameter. Or no, not, is it drive a global parameter? Or, hello, Nammers, welcome. It must be drive a global parameter, yeah. Right. Options. Oh, use a global parameter. There we go. Not drive. Use. And so here. Let's go one at a time. Is that the same though? Do I still get to toggle them? Let's double check before I keep going. Oh boy, Unity, funny, rectangle time. The spaghetti rectangles. Get a chance to look over my message. No rush, but I'd like to let my friend know how much that would cost. I will take a look. It's been a little crazy today. I have to get prepped to move, and even now, I was hoping to be streaming about 2 hours ago, and then I ended up having to hunt down tax documents, and anyway, a little bit of madness on my end. So I will take a look today, though. Set a reminder. I'm gonna mute myself because I'm gonna use Siri. Perfect. Just so I don't hit your phones too. Right, and then we'll go to the parameters here. Clothing toggles, bracers. Okay, good. So it still toggles it. Okay, that's fine. Was that the CIA again? Maybe. They said I can't tell. No, I'm not allowed to say anything. Oh, what the? Oh, no, there it is. Global parameter, global parameter. This one's missing a global parameter, which would be the tail in this case. Foot wraps. Tail bags. Curious about if I only need to put the parameter on this one. Probably. Probably. I believe you. All right. There we go. That's looking good. So now let's try again. That's what they look like. They're little sunglasses and earpieces. Okay. So now get that boy. And I should be able to do my nose. Body toggles for the tail, the floor. Cool. And then clothing toggles. Turn these ones off, and the pants should still turn the interior off. They do. Perfect. Okay, so everything is working, which means we can now create our next set of stuff. So when we hit the desert clothing, we want to drive parameters. No, I already have one. So many outfits, and they're all awesome. Thank you. I'm excited. They are looking good. So we'll set Silac body. I don't need to touch the tail. Just need to go to the clothing. Move this out. Oh, my eyes are. Oops. Foot wraps, Silac, clothing, tail bags, add, Silac, clothing, pants, add, Silac, clothing, sweater. All right, so now we've got all these toggles here. And when we turn on the desert clothing, we want to turn on the bracers and these and set everything else to 0. Perfect. Then we can copy and paste this. And we can call this one casual clothing. And we just switch these values. 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. And then lastly, this one will be no clothes. Also known as naked, but we'll say no clothes because that's a little more, a little less. What would be the word? Risque. Two and equals 3. Naked as hell. And then we can select all the transitions, open up debug so I can set them to 0, 0, no duration, and cannot transition to self. And for these ones, also just no fixed duration, no exit time, cannot transition to self. Okay, that should work. Test again. I didn't set up my toggles, so let's back up. One more to VRC Fury. Turn off debug. And then we create a few more toggles, which we'll call menu path, I suppose, quick toggles. which would be quick toggles desert outfit. And this will drive a global parameter, which would be master toggles. No, I can't do it here. Can't do it through VRC components. I have to make a little expression menu, submenu. Yeah, so we'll duplicate this submenu, quick toggles, and we'll add these here. So this will be desert outfit, which will be a toggle to set. Just feel like my eyes are squinting. Right, in the expression menu, I would need to make another menu for quick toggles. And this will be a submenu that drop the quick toggle submenu to. All right, toggle. Right, I need to add all these parameters into here. We'll use the avatar manager to do that because there's a lot of them. Drag this here, go to FX, and say, just like that. Hello, Kaiser. Welcome. Welcome. How's your day going? I forgot the most important one, though. This one. These can all be bools. Okay. That should be good. What have you been working on, Kaiser? Found out about how to get popular on ArtStation, and it's a loop. Get likes from your subs. You get subs from people that like your work. See step 1 as reference. Haha, love it. Seems like a closed loop. All right, see how this goes. Look away from the screen for a second. Stare at something. Interesting. Why he naked? Why, oh why? He naked. We need to make sure the emulator is in fact looking at the FX layer for me to check. Let's undo this. Default animator to debug FX. All right. Gotta manufacture the subs yourself first. That sounds like a Dom's dream. Hey, there we go. There's off it. Perfect. And then that's okay. Also, I found out that 3D schools order their graduates to like current students' posts to boost their accounts in alongside school acknowledgement on the market. You know, I don't think that's a bad idea. And in this day and age, that I kind of feel like that's some good support from the school. because that is kind of what matters. You know, you get a lot of jobs from people finding your work online. I've known quite a few people who have made careers out of just being found online, and that was it. Definitely need to fix this pauldron here and the weight here. Interesting. But we are swapping outfits, which is good. I guess my confusion now is why is he starting out naked? The master toggle should start at 0. I think the real answer is always fan art first, personal stuff later. At least like portfolio stuff later. Fan art definitely gets seen a ton. And precisely that. A lot of the people I knew who ended up just immediately getting pulled into whatever industry, animation or games or whatever. A lot of it was just fan art. One, two, three. So these should only toggle. Maybe I have to leave some of these on. No. Should be starting with. It's because they're using this parameter. So I need to say here that the desert and the bracer are the starting options, including the tail and the floor. Okay, there we go. Those are the starting ones. And yes, and in here too. The desert, bracer, floor collider, and tail should all be on as default. Play. Cool. Those jiggly boobies. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, let's tweak the rigging there, because clearly the desert outfit needs a little bit of smoothing. So we'll go to weight paint. I'm just going to hit smooth all deform pose bones twice. I don't think that'll fix it though. Also, I have a thought of doing like daily vlogs for like what happened on stream, because I realize that some people just won't be able to make the stream every time. So it'd be kind of nice to have like a something they could go to just like stay up to date or something. This one I think I will put just on the shoulder. Shoulder. Delete all groups. Hello, that artist Griff. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We're doing some rigging right now for our snake character. This is a commission we're working on. Hello, handsome. Hello. Do you create bespoke avatars? Hello, Habo HD. I do indeed. This is a from scratch avatar we're working on right now. And I can show you what he looks like. So still work in progress, but right now we're working on the rigging, getting that sorted, kind of the VR integration. But it's working quite well. Hello. Hello, hello. It'd be nice to have a gradient here, a different color. Could you make me one? What is your quote in United States dollars? Here, let me send you my commission form, and definitely DM me directly if you have any questions regarding pricing or anything like that. The form itself is not a commitment. It's just a for me to gather information and start the conversation. So definitely don't feel like filling it out is you're not locked into anything. There we go. And then back to here. It's already on. See how this arm is moving now. I think that looks good. Do you do this full time? I do. This is my full-time job at the moment. And I'm working hard to keep it that way. Bam. And we'll do the shoulder too. Oh wait. Sorry, not the shoulder. Oh, I did do the arm. Never mind. Let's get rid of this one. Boom. And do the arm instead. So it should be the arm and the shoulder that compete for that. Do you know of a course or good source of information to help me learn weight painting? All right, I'm glad you asked. I feel the subject is so broad, and watching YouTube after YouTube video gets me even more confused. So I have a YouTube video that goes over my process for rigging, and I'll link that right now. But it's basically it's a longer video, but I go through the whole process that I use, all my shortcuts and stuff, and I try to talk through the whole thing just to kind of explain what I'm doing. Hopefully that helps. You're definitely welcome to hang out here and ask questions too. But that's kind of my primer for rigging. It's an annoying process, but it's not too bad, of course, once you know it. Still gets goofy. Still gets goofy though, as I'm sure we're about to experience as I am rigging right now. We're going to lessen the impact of the arm here, like so, and then we'll smooth selected bone. Go to the arm here. Smooth that a few times too, but also paint it. Let's smooth it. Oops. Let's see what that did. That's better. I can't have it go into the chest too far because otherwise it will literally go into the chest. So there's kind of a balance here. Strike. Just gonna paint. Yeah, let's see what the chest is doing. Okay. That would explain it. We'll smooth out manually. So how does the avatar creation process work? I'm familiar with Unity game engine for making video games, but it seems like you're using Blender to create the models. Yes. So Unity doesn't have many like mesh creation tools, at least not many that are as fully featured as like Blender. A lot of indie devs are using Blender to make models. And it's great. It's a great tool. But generally, you start with your reference, then you make a model that you can rig and UV map. Then you start sculpting that model, kind of build it up, build up the details. And I do actually go through the full process here on stream. And I started this character last Monday. So if you are interested in kind of seeing it from the ground up, of course, they're long live streams, but I do have, I do go through the full process. But generally, you make all the mesh data in Blender, and then I make all of the texturing and material stuff in Substance Painter. And then all of the pieces I make there come into Unity, and then I integrate it together. How do you do animations? Also with Blender. Depends on the animation. Depends on the kind of animation you're making. If it's like a break dance or something, then yes, I would make it in Blender. If it's just to like tweak the eye color or something, I'd probably make that in Unity. Oh, that looks good. Scoot it up. Mouth moving when user is speaking. That would definitely be Blender. That would definitely be Blender. There are some tools. I believe the creator's name is Silent, ironically, but they have created a tool to make Vice scenes in Unity. With my workflow, I think I'll always use Blender, at least for the foreseeable future. But there are some other tools out there, and I would recommend Blender too. I think it's a great tool. All right, let's export him again. Actually, before we do, I'm just gonna hit play here. Probably have to adjust some more weight painting for the body. What's the average size in megabytes for an avatar you make? That's a good question. It's a little hard to pin down because sometimes the download size is different than the actual file size. I think they're right around 100 megabytes though. If I'm going for like a medium ranking, which is what I usually do, that would probably be probably like 80 megabytes or something. Nothing too crazy. But I think they get compressed a little bit more when they're getting streamed in and out of out of the game. Excuse me. That looks good. I don't see anything wrong with the rigging here. We're going to make him sit down. We're gonna go to, where is it again? Yeah, here. How long do you spend making your largest commission? I would say my most recent commissions are the most detailed, and generally it's 1 to 2 weeks, somewhere in that window. We did 1 week already on this character, and we're in the second week now. Getting very close to finished. But I think relative to most creators, I move pretty quick. Like I think if you went to other, or if you spoke to other creators, generally be about a month or so, if not more. It's a weird pose, I know, but I'm just looking for rigging errors. We could smooth out this part here. It's a little tongue sticking out. It's funny. But yeah, I try to shoot for 2 weeks maximum. That's like, that's about as long as I want it to take. Quite talented, I must say. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just obsessed. I just really like doing this. Ooh, that's not what we want there. It squishes too much. Too much. When will I see you on Disney credits? I don't know about that. Excuse me. Though I have made Jim from Treasure Planet. I don't think I've made any other Disney characters, though. Good evening, Ray. Hello. Have you taken it for a test drive in VRChat yet? Not yet, not yet. That's the hope, though. But we are getting him to start moving around now. We're getting his movement started. Going to hit this with a little bit more weight on the front. Try that again. The shoulders. Who knows? Maybe if Disney gets into VR, then I hope they give me a call. I'll put it that way. Oh, it does end up over there. That's cool. Actually, I'm going to take the weight out. And that should work. Did you want to be an artist growing up? I definitely knew I wanted to do art. I don't think I realized that it wasn't like an actual career option until like the beginning of college. Like I didn't really put together like, oh, like people get paid to make video games. um, so I think it took me a while to like I always wanted to make art, and I always had that itch to like make things. But it took me a while to really go like, oh. In fact, it was like oh, yes, what I studied. Well, fitting, because what initially got me into it was like concept art. So I don't know if you know who Dave Raposa is, but there's these YouTubers who are kind of like showing what they were doing and talking about getting into the industry and stuff, and just like totally blew my mind. So I was like, I want to do that. So I tried getting into concept art for uh, quite a few years after college. And I had some small gigs and stuff. I worked for some minor studios, very, very small studios. That was pretty good. Talking about Crimson Daggers, exactly. Yeah, Crimson Daggers was very good. I actually got to go to they had a contest one time. I'm kind of patting myself on the back here, but they had a contest to win a ticket to go to Bali, Indonesia, for like an art conference, and I won it. Of course, I still had to pay for the plane, but the actual event was free. Um, so I got to go hang out with them for a while. That was super cool. Um, I don't think they remember me at all, but it was an interesting experience. Make sure symmetry's off. Do a little bit of that. Forgive me, I'm quite ignorant with regards to concept art. It's famous as fan renders of supercars. That really helped my art grow. Same here, same here. So concept art is like pre-production. So when they're dreaming up what the next Star Wars could look like, they'll hire people to do like, well, what could this character look like, or this planet, or stuff like that. So it's very like, I guess, imagination based. Um, Very fun stuff, but a extremely competitive field. Extremely competitive field. I really struggled to find my footing there, but I ended up learning a lot of 3D stuff while I did it, and I realized I liked the 3D a little bit more, so I just kind of went that way. Do you read a lot as a child? I would, yes, yes, I did. I love reading. I wish I had more time for it in my adult life. But yes, reading. Did the glasses give it away? And I'm gonna move the shoulder. Have any artists in the family? I have a few members of my family that are very like creative, but more in like an engineering perspective. Um, less art, more solving problems. Glasses equals drawn to libraries. Yeah, did the love of book or the glasses come after my love of books or before? One makes the other. There we go. Here's what your first Blender creations were. It's a good question. I did a lot of environments. You know what? I actually do think I have some in my portfolio. Some of my very first pieces were. So here's my portfolio. If anyone's interested, I'll go ahead and paste that there. So a lot of avatars now, but in the past, I used it a little bit for making like little renders and stuff. So that's supposed to be like an alien environment. Um, and yeah, I made it in Maya. Wow, I don't even remember working in Maya. I tried to make a few little scenes and stuff. It was pretty cool. I liked it. Um, Maya's money, and yes, that's why I like Blender more now. I never really took to Maya. But you can see here's one of my first characters that I ever made. Major Tom. Little sci-fi guy. His hands are fucked up though. But he came out pretty well. Openness. Hmm. Open. I wouldn't know. I got INFJ for my Myers-Briggs test. Oh, darn. And yeah. I'm also what's that other one? The numbers one? I forget. Something Enneagram. I'm a we should ship him with ground control. Ground control. Major Tom. Um those arms are looking good. I think I'll split the we need a little bit more space right there. Yeah, art's an interesting little space. You know, there's a lot of different niches. I'm almost tempted to say that like doing fan art and like OCs and commissions and stuff like that is almost a little bit more stable than some of the industry jobs right now. Especially if you're looking at how all the layoffs that are happening in the video game sphere right now. Um, you really can carve out your own space in whatever you want to do these days. It just takes time. It takes time and investment. Um, but I've heard it said like, if you can get your following up to like, or your following's not, I don't really like that word. Say community up to like is it 10,000 or 100,000? Then like basically that's a stable career at that point. Um, a very comparable career to um, going into the industry or something. So, you have an interest and you got a goal that you have for it. I think that's kind of the number you want to shoot for. It's like he's like meditating. Oops. And certainly, I'm happy to share what I know on how I got here, which isn't like insane, but it's a comfy space. Twitch community, 10K followers. I would say it's more less like your um overall reach, like to the very extent, more like your core community. If you get your core community to like 10K, then I think you're good. Now I just hit my table. But it is interesting looking at all these artists, really, really hyper talented artists in the concept art and like video game art space. Um, there's a lot of people that have very strong complaints about the industry, like complaints that I don't disagree with in any way. But I'm just always surprised that they don't turn to making their own content. You know, so I certainly feel like not only do they already have, like, you look at some people who have like 1 million followers on Twitter, and but they don't, you know, they could be an industry professional. How do you measure that? I'm sure it's kind of wibbly wobbly. It really only comes down to income, I suppose. If you're going to measure if you're like, is this financially stable? um, yeah, I can't really say that there's like a perfect metric for it. I mean, maybe if you had a Patreon, you know, you got a Patreon, and you know that, you know, I get 1,000 people and they're all giving me $5 a month, and that's a $60,000 a year. Do you have a girlfriend, young man? No. I'm not terribly young either. Oh! I'll be 33 this year. Oh, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a water. One moment. 83 this year? Why no girlfriend? I've been in long-term relationships for the majority of my adult life, and I'm kind of enjoying being single right now. Certainly a lot less. Yeah, married to Unity, unfortunately. I feel called out. Married to the work. Yeah, I do am really just enjoying, like, yeah, I've been in long-term relationships often enough to feel like it's good to take my time to get back into one. Not in any rush to. What sort of young, agreeable, or what sort of women does young, agreeable, creative artist attract? There's a difference between the people you attract and the people you end up with. uh, I I have some comments, but I really don't want to uh offend anyone out there. Or if there's any chance that my exes are out there, I would not want to speak poorly of them. Give me an answer to both. Hmm. I generally seem to attract people that are very stable mentally and with their mental health, but I'm very attracted to people who are not mentally healthy, which has been a recipe for disaster many times, and probably one I will continue. And that's, I don't, I'm not here to complain about my prior relationships. They're great people. Um, I just I don't think that I've uh anyway, put your health first. What is the allure? Tell me. Excitement. I think I tend to be attracted to people who share two main qualities with me, uh, or basically are on two spectrums: autism and ADHD, and that, that usually is comorbid with things like bipolar or depression and things of that nature. So, uh, how do you dissect your own risk? I'm not saying that I have Riz. I'm just saying that that's the pattern. Anyway, when you say depression, how does that manifest in that? I think it goes both ways there. I think that a lot of times when I was in a tough spot, I was looking for people who would commiserate with that. And if someone understands your depression very well or understands depression very well, that most likely means they have firsthand experience. That just sounds like the furry community, to be honest, not your Riz. Exactly. I'm okay, generally attracted to creative people, like just in general, like creativity and motivation, like willing to pursue their own projects and their own goals, things like that. So anyway, I could go on, but but I certainly don't look back at any prior relationship and feel that I made a mistake. I just think that you tend to find the people who are compatible with you at that time in your life, and then you change because that's how life happens. How many have I had? How many I've been in three long-term relationships. The longest one being about 5 years, and then I was in a 3-year relationship last time, and I've seen some people outside of that, but yeah. If I have any advice, is don't move in right away. 5 years and no ring, my God. It's for the best. For the best. I have no I have a lot of insight into bad decisions. I couldn't give you good decisions. I couldn't tell you good decisions to make because well, I should say if you have good decisions to make, you tell me. I would like to know. I'm gonna get rid of this gap right here. How did you break her heart? No, it's just life. That's just life. People change, situations change, and I think there's not just one thing that contributes to the end of a relationship. It just usually a lot of small things. There we go. Perfect. And we'll recombine like so. Ever check up on them? Look at their social media, see who they are, dating, LinkedIn, etc. I get like small uh, insights into them, but I do not go out of my way to follow up with people because I think that's unhealthy. That definitely. They say that the comparison is the thief of joy, and I think that's definitely true for relationships. The only thing you're ever going to feel when you look at an ex or a past relationship is bad. Like you're never going to, even if you are in the best spot in your life, you're like, I found the perfect person, this or that. It's an exercise in misery, in my opinion. Unless you somehow are able to retain friendship with that person, like and that's super rare. And most of the time, I don't think you could ever get out of a relationship and be like, let's be friends again. You'll still need that time away. Usually, the best decision to move on. However, you can accomplish that. Yeah. What about you, Habo? How's your dating life? Yeah, I think I'm sorry, single as a Pringle. Don't they usually come in cans? Well, there's a lot of excitement to relationships. Just put your health first. Okay, let's do a little bit more pose testing. Don't think women are into me. There's usually a difference between the people you want to be into you, and then you kind of have to manage desire versus uh like stability. Yeah. Anyway, I put on my professor, uh, going into professor mode. Oh, interesting. I guess the capsule should be in the torso. Thanks. I'll take that advice on board. Well, I have to say that dating apps are bullshit. Go outside, go to cafes, go downtown, go to raves or dances and stuff. The the best way to get into a relationship is to meet people in real life. As much as I love VR, as much as I love being on a computer, I do think that if you're trying to meet people through an app, all you're doing is throwing money to whoever owns that app. Like that is what they want you to do. um, feel ugly, so that's ruined my confidence. Exercise, you know, you, that's what I tell myself. I try to get on the treadmill every day. Every day. That's not to pat myself on the back, just that it has to become a habit. And nice thing about exercise is it doesn't even matter about looks after a while. Exercise just literally makes you feel better. No matter what any of the other results, it just actually makes you feel good. Like it's I've there's a lot of things in life you can turn to try to make yourself happy, but there's only one thing that legitimately just straight up does that for you. And I would say that that's exercise. But howdy, JW, welcome. You've caught me in the middle of a rant. We're discussing relationships and dating. What was I gonna do? I was gonna test the movement. I wish I had a different way to make the character move. We love a Sam TED talk in this house. Good, because you're gonna get it. Having deep thoughts. Rumination is my default mode. Anyway, as soon as I, yeah, for Habo, I'll let you know how it goes if I get in a relationship. Hey, thank you for the follow, Habo. Super appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Welcome to the stream. Wishing you well with your dating life. I have to go now. Next time I message you, I'll be swole AF. Looking forward to it. Me too. We'll get swole together. But see you then, and enjoy your day. Have fun on the bench. Bench press. That looks pretty good. We're still getting a little bit of the arm poking through. I would prefer to get rid of that completely. But I don't know if I can. And well wishes to everyone else out there for their dating life. It's an adventure these days, and it's gonna get real weird with the AI stuff. It's gonna get real weird. Oh, real weird. Okay, that looks good. Hard to tell if it's poking through or not. No, that looks good. Okay. Nice. Okay, I think we solved it. It's going to kind of collapse a little bit. I don't know. It's still poking through. Still poking through. Yeah. What's this side right here? Alleviate it. And then something else has to be poking at it too. It's the shoulder. Excuse me. Now explain to us Pythagoras theorem while you're at it. Triangle pointy. That's how it go. That's all you need to know. Right there. Pointy triangle. Some triangle. Pointy. Pointy. Hmm. Darn. Okay, let's redo. I'm gonna take the shirt here and extract it. And I'm actually gonna delete all the vertex groups. Go to mesh data, grab it from the body, transfer the vertex groups back on, and then weight paint smooth all groups. No. Deform postpones. No. I'm tempted to ask you about. No, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I am curious to know, to get insight into what the dating scene in VRChat is like. It seems like an interesting space to form relationships, but don't feel inclined to answer that because I also don't want to. I'm not here to to interrogate you. Greeny 8K, VRChat dating is cooked. Can't tell if that's good or bad. As in good or bad, or cooked usually means like done, right? Like it's over. Most confusing as things. Certainly feels to me like there's a lot of desire is the first and probably strongest aspect of that kind of dating. Very unserious and a perfect soup for confusion and heartbreak I've seen. Fair. Now it's very stupid to do because they don't last. I mean, not to be this is not pessimism, just more pragmatic viewpoint. I don't think that most last in real life either. Outside of VR. That's not pessimism. I think that's just statistically, look at the divorce rate, that kind of thing. It's even worse on VRChat. Fair. Even Roblox is bad. That seems like, yeah, the demographic wise, I'm not surprised here. People get very attached very fast, take advantage of that, and it can all be done in one day. Interesting. 15 minutes of fame. I think the odds are that are probably pretty strong that there are some people who have had very long relationships in VRChat though, or just online in general. You know, VRChat's just a subset of the internet, dating in the internet. That who knows? I don't. I know nothing. Imagine like relationships kids have with each other. I feel like that's how people on VRChat treat other people. Well, I think age-wise, most of them are young. Average age on VRChat's probably like 18. Hmm, 20. It'll be interesting. Should be interesting. Seen an F-15 dating an M34. I'm kind of I like that idea. Just large tanks or vehicles dating each other. There's a charm to that. No, not tanks. Talk about ages. Oh, gotcha. Totally misunderstood that. I should clip that. Isn't an M34 also a tank? Holy shit. That's so funny. I was like, My jet tank. Oh boy. Oh. Wow. Felt that one. Wow. That's hilarious. I mean, not the actual situation is hilarious, but it's an unsurprising situation. Or I can see how that would happen, but I also feel that the alternative is just amazing. Wow. That's the weak tank that can't shoot it. 34. Whew. I mean, it's probably best she wasn't dating a tank. The internet has ruined me. It's still a bad situation for for that to happen online. But shit, that's so funny. We're just gonna forget about the part of the girl is 15 and the guy is 34. You know, I've already not I'm not trying to downplay the situation, but I've already heard quite worse on for the VRChat dating pool. I don't know if that's probably not the right way to put that. Issues, problems. I mean, didn't someone get murdered recently or like a year ago or something? I used to take my brain a second. People say ASL to mean American Sign Language because of the internet. That's funny. I'm pretty sure, like, yeah. Anyway, there's wasn't there that there was someone that got like traveled 2 to 3 states over to meet up with someone that was like twice their age or something. Anyway, yeah. But here's the thing. That's just that statistics. Those things happen, and I don't see that going away unless humans disappear. Fortunately, there's communities that roam around a VRChat, and they all do that. Absolutely. I don't want to. We'll leave that topic there because it is a serious one, and I don't want to downplay it in any way. Um, certainly, that is something that it does happen, unfortunately. The only solution: AI. Put people in a box. Put the box underground. Take away the air. Now we put this over one. Do I want to move the shoulder over to just prevent that clipping? I don't know. I think I do. Similar vein though, age neurodivergent people getting taken advantage of is just the same in VRChat. The gaslighting is pretty insane. Yeah. I mean, just to be frank, like, I mean, there's a lot of times you could just enter a VRChat public instance, and there's stuff happening in there that is absolutely like already would be obviously illegal in real life, but it just seems to be somewhat the norm. And this is not to downplay problems, but a lot of times people, a large portion of the VRChat community is okay with that kind of situation, or is seeking it out. Exactly, they're just used to being seen, so just so normal to them. Exactly, yeah. I think don't quite know what the solution is there. Do you want a Big Brother AI where it's just like showing things like automatic moderation? Hello, Draw. Welcome. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Welcome back. How you doing? It has been a while. Didn't call it Discord, playing Roblox, play server, why not? There was blast. 3 6 book calls joined, just start accuse my mates, try and do start laughing. The egos got so high, I clicked to send their owner, he reviewed, gave me access to ban them and troll them. So by switching all their names with ours, they ended up crap talking each other. Funny. That is funny. Finished my last final yesterday. Let's go. Let's go. Congrats. Yeah. Well, good. It's good to troll people. Good to troll people that there's nothing wrong with a little lighthearted pranking, especially for people that are going out of their way to be annoying. I saw this. Want to take my exams? So are you done with school or just done with this semester? Nah, mate. Just a semester. Well, good. One down. One step closer to freedom. Freedom. I saw this great prank the other day where there was a guy like driving his motorcycle down the road, and this car cut in front of him and just like purposely went very slow and like just kind of trolled the motorcycle driver. And so the motorcycle driver just reached over and opened his door, opened the guy's door, and just drove off. And it's just hilarious because the guy's being an asshole, but he just gets left with a harmless but a probably annoying prank. True justice. I don't know about that. Okay, so let's do one more thing here. We're going to go to VRC Fury. And when the desert clothes are on, we want to drive a Xiaomi value here. Should be Silex. How'd your avatar go? Your base avatar draw? And this should be column 1, row 3. So this should happen when the clothes are on. And we also need it to happen again when the sweater's on. Oh no, it's opposite when it's on. That's right. Remove. 12 physics can suck a sack of potatoes. It's rigged. It's rigged by math. Turns out it's all math. What the heck? And put that there. Exclusive tag. Loading. Okay. Copy that. Put it into here. I only had the chance to start the sketch on that one, but hopefully I can speed up soon. Okay, heck yeah. I scored a 93%. Apparently all the answers were wrong. Did end up getting my avatar back. A physics test for your avatar? Been drawing more through though, because they take less time. Nice. I forgot how fun it is, even though I only do plain portraits. Hey, drawing is super fun. extremely satisfying. Pants, 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 sweater. One more Wyoming UV tile. Last time I was here, I told you about my avatar got deleted because I lost file. That's right. That's right. I do remember that. Well, hopefully find something similar at some point. Or make your own. Now it's permanently gone. Only one solution. Delete the internet. The entire internet. And I don't got to mentally oh, I see. Assuming. Well, it definitely is. There's a lot to it, but there are base avatars out there you could start with. Why is the clothing off? The clothing should be on. It's enabled here. I think it was one they had found. Is that a plugin that gives you the wheel menu preview? It is basically, yes, basically a plugin. You can find it in the Creator Companion menu here. Why is it turning off my clothing? It's because I added the exclusive off state. But yes, if you go to Manage Project, you should see the Avatar 3 emulator. So that's what I'm using. I think you need both Avatar 3 emulator and the gesture manager. And those together give you this option. And you just go into Tools, Avatar 3 emulator. And once you enable it, it appears in your scene. And when you hit play, you can review it, which is very cool. Wow. I was hoping that would help the shoulder a lot. But did it turn off the shoulder? No. Balls. Should have turned off the shoulder. Didn't know there was those what those were, so never enabled them. They're great. They're great. And I also am using this one here is VRC Fury. Definitely recommend using this. There's some complexity to it, but it is a lot simpler and easier than making animators by hand all the time. And that one is not, or actually it might be here now. Oh no, it's a community one. So you have to search VRC Fury to install it. Oh, I really need to update my project. But it's fantastic. Highly recommend it. Genuinely saves me like hours and hours and hours of work. And if you're new to making avatars and all you want to do is make something turn on and off or make a slider or something, this is what you use. Good to go. Oops. Right. Exclusive. Huh. It's just doing that. Exclusive off state. Huh. Oh, I think I see it. No, I do not see it. Oh. Why is the clothes? Why are the clothes getting turned off? That's okay. I guess it's okay because I can just turn it back on instantly. But this is still not toggling. That's really broken. Interesting. I think I did not export the clothes. No, they're there. Right there. Huh. What is happening? Naked as hell. Hell is naked. Hmm. Oh, I see. I must have exported it without them, and then we lost the connections here. Okay, so casual clothing should be good now. We're still not getting the toggle on the body working properly. So let's review here. Should be this row that's getting disabled. Let's adjust our view, set this to fixed, 0 and 4x4. Column 1, row 3. So it's in the right spot, which means my move the exclusive off. Okay. Still not turning on the body there. Oops, double clicked. Doubly clicked. Darn, I was really hoping to hear from the apartment today. Hopefully tomorrow. So if I set this to also use a global parameter, the same one, that should really simplify it. Oh, exclusive. I don't want it to be exclusive. I want it to happen with this. Why does it need to be separate? Should be the same. All right, I'm going to have another 40 or 20 minutes or so, and then I'll probably stop it. Sorry for such a short evening stream. Usually I'm not even streaming at this time. But we got to it should work. Oh, maybe I don't actually have the latest version in here. When's the next late night whiskey stream? That is a good question. Probably when I'm in my new apartment. Probably when I'm in my new apartment. Right now, it's just going to be a long grind till that point. Hopefully, quite soon. Fun to do it on the weekend. Whiskey! I love whiskey. Too much. Maybe I'll do an edible stream sometime. Celebrations in and out. Oh, that'd be good. Mm. All right. Doesn't work. Yeah. I need to do more games on stream. That would be really fun. I don't have to be working all the time in quite this way. But I'm a workaholic, so I can't resist. I love making things. It's still not toggling it? What the F? Okay, that is turning it on. Just putting in the wrong thing. Row column 1, that's vertical. Row 3, silent body. So I'm just gonna copy this, I guess. No, wait. Copy this one. Should be right. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, let's look at the sweater real quick. Hey, so is the row identified by index or ID? It should be index, so it's 0 through 3 for the row, goes from 0, and the origin is the bottom left corner. So it goes up and over. Should be right. I think, though, that I need it to work like this, because when I have the sweater, when I turn on the sweater, this is set up so that it turns off the body. Okay, let's try it like that. I will remove this again. Make a new one. One. I bet the first time I tried this, I actually had not updated the model with the new UV map. That's probably what it was. You still see the shoulder. Definitely still there. It's goofy. Maybe we'll just make it a lot simpler. Let's remove the exclusivity step. Oops. Like this. And just say use this parameter. We'll use the same parameter as this one. still here. Weird. And if I go out of here and I click it, clearly I have the ability to do that. But it is interesting that when I did the sweater earlier, it also did not toggle that. Maybe it's that I can't have more than one Poyomi toggle. No, because I'm doing the legs too. Casual clothing. And we can see that the shoulder is, yeah, disabled as well. Yeah, okay. Odd. Rune, hello! Rune248, welcome. Hey, I finally caught one of your streams. Well, welcome, welcome. Usually I'm not streaming this late. We'll probably only be going for another 20 minutes or so, but you are absolutely welcome to hang out and chill in the meantime. I'm gonna sit down. Welcome, welcome. And so far as I can tell, I have set this up the same way. Three, one, body. This is working, but it's not working here. Turn off global parameter. Turn on exclusive. Off state. Oh, nice. I was hoping I could ask you a question about rigging, but I'll try not to distract. No, please go right ahead. I'm just kind of mindlessly clicking these right now, so trying to get it to work, but I'm struggling a little. Distract him. Oh, but now it's not working. Okay, so there's definitely something wrong with how I'm using the exclusive off state. Here I have an exclusive tag. Here I have an exclusive tag with an exclusive off state. That works. This works. These two work. Okay. Let's just avoid using that. Let's make an animation instead. Let's be a little bit more precise. I don't really like the way this is set up with the Poyomi tile. Feels inaccurate. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll go to Silac. We're going to make some animations. Make a folder for toggles. Very new to creating characters, but I'm not really sure where to begin creating a face rig. The body rig was set up using Mixamo. For my face rigs, I use AutoRig Pro, and I do have a video going over that, my usage of it. So let me send you that video here. You may have already seen this one already, perhaps. But AutoRig Pro is a paid option. There's another tool that comes with Blender. If I'm in Blender, I can go to Preferences and enable Rigify. Cool, it's already enabled actually. And with Rigify, you are able to create face rigs, I believe. Basic. Go to Human. You can create a face rig out of these. Alternatively, you could just make bones for each of the objects you want to move. You don't have to have like a fully featured system. You can kind of just make up your own, with whatever works. Just as you made limbs and stuff like that. I'm trying to use a character I made as a VTuber in VRChat. A lot of face rigging, a lot of the standard way a lot of people do face rigging is they forget bones and they just do shape keys, which are very similar to just editing the meshes. So you can go in, make a shape key manually, such as here, and I don't know, let's just say this is going to be really rough, but move the mouth down like that. That's too much. This is like a lower lip blend or something like that. So you can just do these very manual setups. The problem with the difficulty with doing it this way is just that it's fragile. If you want to make edits to your mesh later, there's some issues with that. And then and it's very, very manual. I like using a rig because then I can save my animations and always, but I do bake them down into shape keys at the end of the day anyway. So it's kind of up to you. I prefer making a full face rig with bones and stuff because just makes it really easy to control and move stuff around. There's a lot of advantages to this kind of setup. I would say if you're considering Auto Rig Pro, I would try Rigify first. They have a face rig. I'm pretty sure you can use Rigify to make a face rig though. Rigify make. Let's see.
This is a quick video about the new and improved Rigify face rig. Okay, here is a practical example.
I'll try this here. Actually, yeah, I think all of these videos are probably kind of close to what you're looking for. Let me just go ahead and send you this search, and that might point you in the right direction. Definitely feel free to ask questions in my Discord. And which I just posted in chat as well. But once you have a face rig, what you can do is you can select your mesh. And if I pose my character, so I'll do another pose once again, open up the mouth, I can actually select my rig modifier and say save as shape key. And then I can put my rig back here. And so I'm not using the rig anymore, but I do now have a shape key for that expression, which is super, super useful. Because that way I could save an animation from my rig. Anytime I want to bake it into a shape key, I only have to go to my modifier, save as shape key. Yeah, hopefully that helps. Good luck with your modeling, Rune. Excited to see what you make. Oops. And okay, let's make some animations now. Animation. Absolutely. We'll call this Silik body toggle. Body toggles. Also make an animator, which I'll just call Silik temp. We're going to drop it onto him. In the temp, I can take my body toggles and drop it there. Okay. Now I can animate. We'll say record, select the body, and you know what? I'm just going to hit every single one. I don't really need to do that, feel a little vindictive that it wasn't working earlier. Okay. So now we've got all of our rows and columns here. And I can go ahead and duplicate this. And we'll call this body shoulder. And I'm going to take, should be row column, or drag it back in, preview. Yeah, row column. Cool. So that's the value I need, 3, 1. And we'll just set this to 1. And so that's the animation now. Good. And instead of using these VRC Fury toggles, we can now get rid of this one and just add it as an animation instead, which makes it a lot simpler. And then I'm not juggling some random exclusive off state, whatever that means. Whatever that means. But it's still not working. Why is it not working? Ah, interesting. Okay. Because VRC Fury is making a custom material. So let's get rid of this on the other spots. Anywhere we had a Poyomi toggle, we'll try that again. It's still not working? I don't understand at this point. What is going on? It's locked. I have the correct value right here. It works in preview. What is going on? Maybe the right defaults is breaking it. But nothing else is touching it. It's just these ones. Let's make sure the temp layer is removed. Parameter is set to 1. What the fuck? Ah, it's still changing it to a VRC material. Something else still has a hold on it. Huh. Where the slow part of VRChat model make? It's true. Very true. Something's wrong with VRC Fury. This got to be a bug because I don't have anything else that's touching it besides this animation clip. If I do it right now, nothing else is touching the material because it's still changed the material. No. Okay. No, it does not. I'm a little confused. Is that good or bad? I don't know. I don't know what behavior to expect at this point. I would say it should be okay. Now it's working. Now it's working. Now, or sorry, now it's not working, but now it's not replacing this material. It should be doing this right there. Still not working. Working, twerking. Oh. Oh. I changed the wrong clip. That would do it. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. But genuinely, this is always the slowest part of working on an avatar. When you're sitting there testing, why didn't this work? Why didn't that work? It's still not. What the fuck? It only has one thing to do, which is turn that off. Why? Okay, here's another question. What's happening to this parameter when we're in play mode? It's on. It's enabled. Are there any other... Is there anything else that could be contributing to this? I even see it here. Nothing else is even animating it. Okay, I think that's enough for now. I'm just getting tired at this point. So we're gonna call it here for today. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Got a little rough towards the end in terms of figuring out what the heck's going on. I really wish I had been able to work earlier in the day, but errands took me away from my computer. But we'll be back tomorrow, and I do think that tomorrow will be the final day of work because it should just be integrating things, getting the face rigged, and that's it. So, testing, face rigging. Those are the only things. See you later. Same to you, JW. Everyone, thank you all for hanging out with me. I hope everyone's having an amazing day so far. Thank you for making my day amazing. Definitely cheered me up. I was really stressed out before streaming just now with life stuff, but I'm feeling a lot better now. Thanks to you guys. So, thank you all for hanging out with me. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Much love to all of you. See you soon. Good night, everyone. Oh, and if you haven't, Gotta promote myself. Hit that follow, hit that subscribe, because I'll be doing a lot more shenanigans very soon. Take it easy. Thank you, Sai. And yeah, see you all soon. Bye, everyone. Good night. Bye, everyone. Bye.